of May, Thea Falcone and I went to the annual School of Addictions conference, I guess you call it, in Anchorage, and it was my first time there. Thea and I went and presented our treatment game that anybody who wants to participate in can do that when it's scheduled at the end of June. But part of the conference was they had an awards ceremony, and one of the awards that was given out is called the Changemaker Award. I'm going to read it to you, what the Changemaker Award is. The Changemaker Award is an honor bestowed upon an individual in recovery whose very life is an inspiration to others. He or she is not an addictions or behavioral health counselor or professional in the field. Instead, this person serves as a role model in many possible ways. Perhaps he or she has accomplished an educational or vocational goal, volunteers in some capacity in the community, or does an outstanding job in his or her chosen profession. The Changemaker is responsible for his or her own recovery and is the kind of person others in recovery aspire to be. He or she has rejoined the mainstream of society and is considered a contributing member in a significant way. I submitted Shawn Olsen's name for the Changemaker Award, and he won. This is a statewide. I have no idea how many submissions were made, but there were many more other than just Shawn. So I was so very proud that he was chosen to win this award. But Shawn couldn't be there because Shawn was in training in Las Vegas. So I accepted the award on his behalf, and but I'll let you give an acceptance speech, unless you want me to read the one that you made, that I read. But can I read it? Okay. So, but the first thing I want to do is read what I wrote. Are you all right with me reading this? Okay.
Too late now if you're not.
I'm going to read what I submitted as the nomination. On November 14th, 2009, Shawn Olsen was driving a truck down Anton Larson Road on Kodiak Island with his friend seated next to him in the passenger seat. Shawn had been drinking, but that was not unusual. It wasn't the first time he'd driven under the influence of alcohol. They were heading towards town, and Shawn lost control of the vehicle. Are you okay? They rolled into the ditch with the truck coming to rest on its roof. When U.S. Coast Guard military police and Alaska state troopers arrived, Shawn was standing outside the truck and his friend was pinned inside. Shawn suffered some cuts and scrapes while his friend's injuries were more severe. Shawn's friend went to the hospital for treatment of his injuries. Shawn went to jail. After serving 3 years in prison for assault, because Shawn had some prior felony convictions that aggravated his sentence, Shawn released and returned to Kodiak. When he arrived, he had gate money, prison sweats, a lot of debt, and a raft of conditions to live by. He was homeless, but had some friends and family in Kodiak who were willing to allow him to stay with them initially until he could get housing assistance. He had developed a meaningful relationship with his sponsor and either spoke to him or met with him every day. Slowly, he worked on improving his housing situation. He stayed at the Salvation Army Transitional Housing. From here, he was able to get into a small apartment. He eventually moved into a little bit bigger apartment. While in custody, he'd had hip surgery and had to have another surgery not long after his release from jail. After recovering from that, he obtained employment at a construction company. After working there for about 6 months, he was hired by the city of Kodiak and worked there from December 2012 until April 2014. When he was hired by the U.S. Coast Guard contractor to work on base beginning in April 2014, Shawn knew that his extraordinary good fortune and his progress in recovery were because of his devotion to God. In May 2014, Shawn's probation officer, me, Co-founded Kodiak Area Mentor Program with Teresa Slaughter. Since its inception, and this gives the background for camp that I wanted them to understand. Since its inception, this program has nurtured mentoring relationships between Kodiak community members and individuals who are struggling with issues ranging from legal issues to mental health problems, substance abuse and alcoholism, to grief and broken relationships. Shawn started attending the camp meetings and functions, and his experience of rebuilding his life after incarceration became an inspiration to others. He continued to grow spiritually. He successfully completed probation. He got completely out of debt, bought a duplex and a boat, and got married. He became an official camp mentor and was approved by the Kodiak Police Chief to mentor inmates inside the Kodiak Jail. Last year, Shawn joined the camp board of directors and was elected vice president. Shawn not only serves the recovery community of Kodiak and the community at large in his capacity as a camp mentor, but also as a member of Celebrate Recovery and owner of his own nonprofit organization, Fishers of Men Marine Service Incorporated. Shawn started Fishers of Men in May 2016 as a means to spend time with individuals. Shawn made modifications to his boat to make it handicap accessible so that people with disabilities and their families could enjoy fishing in Alaska. Shawn not only reaches out to those individuals, but anyone who would not otherwise be able to afford the opportunity to sport fish in Alaska, or who might not even see that as a recreational activity considering the lifestyle they may be involved in. Shawn says, quote, "The boat and nonprofit is just a tool to reach out to others in the community who need the Lord and want to try a healthy, exciting chance to create spiritual bonds while having fun," unquote. Shawn added ATVs and equipment to his operation to broaden his reach to promote healthy mentoring relationships. Day-long off-road excursions and remote river fishing are appealing ways to connect with the community he serves and with nature. Shawn feels inspired to provide these types of recreation to individuals who are just starting their recovery journey or who have just released from jail and find it difficult to find sober social activities. Shawn is living proof that a life of sobriety is rewarding and exciting. He is eager to show that to others and help them find their happiness and their new identity. Shawn is available to the community he serves 24/7. He reaches out to others to demonstrate to them that if he can do it, anyone can. His heart's desire is to demonstrate the love of Christ to others by reaching out to them and walking alongside them so that they can have the life they deserve. In February, Shawn celebrated 9 years of sobriety. He is a beacon of light to others who are surrounded by the darkness of addiction. Camp is blessed to have him in a leadership position, helping to change lives.
You deserve a standing ovation.
Yeah, for sure.
It was so hard to get out of his chair to give it to you.
I want to present this to you. This is pretty impressive. It says Annual School on Addictions and Behavioral Health 2019 Changemaker Award, Shawn Olsen, Outstanding Recovery Role Model. Congratulations.
Sweet.
I think you should just talk. I'm not gonna, I've said enough. I really want to. You can read this if you want.
I don't know if I can. Thank you. It's forgive me for getting emotional. Listening to the events that led up to where we are today, together here tonight, and recognizing how hopeless I felt the last time going to jail, because I had it in my head that I was never going to be in jail again. I thought once I got off the needle, nothing could send me to prison. but I underestimated my addiction. I'd never been to prison over alcohol, and yet alcohol risked my future and my freedom far more than narcotics ever did in the severity of the crime and the potential for repercussions and consequences. But I am truly humbled, and I do struggle today accepting compliments. And it might sound funny to some people, but I still struggle with feeling worthy of praise like that. I struggle with people telling me I'm doing well, because it's just one of my issues. This award means so much to me, and I wouldn't have it if somebody hadn't put a bug.
Yes, Catherine gets some credit because
She gets
I
a lot.
was too busy to read everything on the website, and she said, Jill, I think I know somebody that you should put in for that award.
And right away, I'm so thankful to you. We wouldn't be here doing this tonight if it wasn't for Catherine and Jill. But what I want to tell you all is you guys get to hear me do lessons fairly often, and you get to hear me speak fairly often. And sometimes I feel like the things I share, the things I say are like a broken record. I just speak lessons from my experiences in my day-to-day life, and that's the easiest way for me to share some of the lessons I get the opportunity to facilitate. But and I don't get a chance to say it, but there are the majority of the people in this room, you guys are my heroes. I get excited when you get it, when I see your pictures on Facebook on the boat. I'm happy to see you working. When I see you guys together, I'm happy you're doing it. I'm happy you're in recovery. I have family I look up to that's in recovery. My friends, you guys don't know how much you really impact me, even though we don't get a chance to say it. Everything from people that are disciplined in their diets, making big changes in their lives, to the people that have come out of prison and have begun to make a change and come alongside the walk in recovery that are very motivational to myself. To the people that are strong in their spiritual health and their spiritual walk, that always have advice that hits home just right. To the people that keep coming back, even though they don't even know why they keep showing up sometimes, because they're unhappy, they're frustrated, they're miserable, they're struggling. Man, I see you making it. I see you coming here. We've got people that their loved ones are incarcerated. They're still managing to maintain a household. We have people that are taking care of family members. We have people that are barely hanging on at their jobs. You guys matter to me that are in this. We got people that struggle with their health. It seems like their prayers aren't being answered. Man, I see you showing up. I see you being here. I see you on the streets being happy. Let me tell you, I think about all those things a whole lot more than I think about my own sobriety, than I think about my own walk. You guys are my motivation. I am so happy that you're in this recovery circle with me. It brings me a lot of happiness and a lot of joy. And I thank you for recognizing me, but all you guys deserve this just as much as I do, because some of the changes that you're making are very, very challenging. And you've heard me say it many times. My biggest challenge right now, it's a toss-up between energy drinks and anger. Actually, I've done well with the energy drinks, and anger, just when I think I'm doing well, something triggers it. It's not my fault. But I appreciate Jill getting this award for me. It was very challenging for me to know it was going on. I was sitting in my room there in Nevada, it seemed to work out just right. And I am so thankful for you taking that, doing that. If you'd asked me a decade ago if I'd ever be happy with a PO or call a PO my friend, I would have just thought you were crazy. I've never wanted to make a PO happy, I just wanted him off my back. I've never wanted to make a judge proud, I just wanted him to look past my shortcomings. I never wanted to give two hoots about a police officer, especially one that might arrest me, or a DA who had my future in their sights. And I can honestly say today that those police officers, I respect them, I appreciate the line of communication I have with them, I appreciate the relationship that I have with them today. I appreciate that I see my chief of police in the same church that I'm at. I think that's awesome. Same with my PO. I am just amazed that I am where I am today, but I didn't get here by myself. I didn't do it alone. God put me here. God gave me a good sponsor who I still talk with on a daily basis, and a sponsor will be there. I encourage everyone to have a healthy sponsor, but you've all heard me say that enough. So I appreciate you being here and allowing me to share this moment with you guys. This is very, very significant to me, and I will work on being able to take compliments better. I will work on being able to, it's one of my issues, you know, but I think that comes with, you know, I used to be shy, I used to be afraid, I just wanted to show up somewhere and nobody talked to me. I didn't want to be noticed. I felt silly for being anywhere. I hated new rooms of people and new places. I was uncomfortable. So, experiencing this tonight is probably another step towards my growing in those areas that I still struggle with. So, you know, like I say, I'm here tonight because of Catherine. I'm here tonight because of Jill. I'm here tonight because God allowed me to walk this far. And all I have been is willing, and God has taken care of the rest. I really appreciate you all for being here. Thanks.
Thank you.
Awesome. Cards for my fans. Thanks. Autographs will be later.
They need it. Wait for your book to come out.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Write a good book.
Absolutely.
Yes, you will.
Okay, you're next.